Hello, people of the internet. It is me, Solid Steak. Yeah, I know. I'm not dead. You thought I was dead? It's like, guy hasn't uploaded since August. What's going on? Is he dead? I'm not dead. I know it's been a while, and you're like, where are the goddamn reviews that I subscribed for? Is coming. Okay, they're coming. But something happened today that warrants a bit of a different video. So, some of you might know that I was uploading to Vidme as well. As of today, December 15th, they're dead. The service is offline, it's kaput, everything's deleted, it's gone. Okay, it's gone, it's done, it's dead. And, naturally, a lot of people are upset about that. I mean, people had time to come to terms with it, but, you know, it's sad. Because there was a point where the future of that platform and the creators on there looked very bright. And, yeah, I don't have anything more to add to that. It did. It looked really good at one point. I just want to share what my experience with the platform was like. So I started my channel in August 14th, 2016. And, you know, I released 4 videos in the span of just like about 5 months. 4 reviews. There was some other miscellaneous videos that were just not really worth mentioning, but 4 main reviews. And on YouTube, being a small creator with no real network to share his videos on, they didn't do too well. Fast forward to December, and I finally make myself a Twitter account, and on Twitter I find out about this platform called Vidme. So I sign up, I upload all my old videos, and some of them, the Spider-Man 2 episode in particular, I think, did very well. And I was just like, I was happy because, you know, people were watching. You know, they were getting a couple hundred views, or I don't know if they were getting that much initially, but they were getting far more views, and I was just glad that people were actually watching my shit, watching my stuff. And at this point, you know, I started to grow a little bit of a network of people who had, you know, found my content, enjoyed it, and, you know, reached out to me, and I followed them back, and there's people that I certainly talked to and lost contact with for one reason or another, and I won't mention any of them just for the reason I don't really even remember who a lot of them were. I just remember that there were people like that. But one person who... Well, there's 2 people who have kind of stuck with me throughout that time period from December till now. And the first is Wolf. Wolf the Lichen, I think is his Scream name. I don't remember exactly. It'll be on the screen somewhere. I'll put it up. Wolf the Lichen. And he also does reviews, and, you know, we just kind of we were never really close, but we just kind of had a mutual, he would watch my stuff and I would watch his, and I don't know if he still watches my stuff, but I still follow him on Twitter and have an interaction with him once in a while. And then the other one who I actually ended up being pretty close with was Mel, or Melodic Main. I know what it is. It's Melodic Main. I just don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to pronounce that. I mean, it looks simple on paper, but then you say it and the words are just like... Mel. I'm just gonna call him Mel, because that's fucking easier for me. He watched my Spider-Man 2 video, and he was kind of like, dude, this game jacked me off as a kid, or well, I don't remember. And then, you know, I followed him and followed him on Twitter or whatever, and eventually he invites me to be on a podcast as, I don't want to butcher this because I'm not sure what the exact story was. There was a podcast that him and Theron, who I'll talk about talk about right away. Him and Theron were doing a podcast with somebody else who had gone AWOL or something. He just kind of disappeared. He backed out of the podcast for one reason or another. So I was brought in as a replacement for, at the time it was unnamed, but and yes, I'm going to take full credit for this, I eventually came up with the name Vidiots, which we all liked, and, I did a couple episodes, and that was great. We had some guests on. We had Mabelina, the sandwich lady queen or whatever, and her car caught on fire on the first episode. She was doing it in her car. I don't know why, but she was recording the podcast in her car and it caught on fire. And then the second episode, we were talking about the Bye Bye Man or something. Or was that the first episode? I don't remember. With second episode was Crimson from Crimson Plays. He was cool. And then the last episode, we had Duffy on, back when, his reputation wasn't shit, when that actually meant something. I know that was a good time, those 3 episodes. Being in, me and Mel being in a completely different time zone from Theron, who's over in Australia, was kind of an issue for scheduling. But, yeah, we never really got past those 3rd episodes, but we all still, remained in contact. And, yeah, so just, they're people that I consider friends, despite never actually having met them in real life. Not that you can't have online friends, it's just not something I'd really had prior to that point. And it was after that, after Vidiots kind of fell apart, not for one reason or not for one reason in particular, but just a bunch of things. I kind of started growing a little more cynical towards Vidme. I remember one of the reasons is there was this point where all the videos on the front page were just videos about Vidme and either blowing smoke up their ass or criticizing them or just talking about some sort of drama or things. Not that you can't have videos talking about the platform, but that's not what drew me to the platform. People just talking about the platform is boring. I want to see what people are creating, not just everybody talking about this one subject, which in itself isn't really that interesting. So I still uploaded there, but I didn't use it nearly as much because I wasn't finding the content I wanted to watch on there anymore. So yeah, some time goes by, and then relatively recently, I don't know, this video is a mess. Excuse me, I ended up meeting some more people through there and Twitter, Rawman, and I actually met Tesseract Unfold, not through Vidme, but he eventually came over like a month before the platform shut down, and through those people, they know people, and Theron knows people, and Mel knows people, and then essentially I just, finally really started getting involved in this larger community, and then the news comes in, where I hit my paper that I have all my notes that was supposed to give structure to this video that has no fucking structure anymore. But I digress. But yeah, I got involved with this other community with people like Ramen, and, he knows like a bazillion people, and then the news comes in where Vidme's shutting down. As of, December 1st or something, they're like, we're stopping uploads and new accounts, and then on the 15th, the service is going to be shut down completely. And I was mad because they handled that very poorly. Canceling uploads immediately, this is my biggest complaint. Canceling uploads immediately means you can no longer upload a video to convey to your followers on what platform to follow you if they want to follow you, and just general stuff like that. You can't update them on the situation, forcing you to just write out a generic message and then just send it to all your followers and hope they have their notifications on for that. It's a mess. I know I'm not the only person who feels that was handled very poorly. I also didn't like how they seem to put a lot of the blame for the platform's failure on external factors other than themselves. They cited, the creators not being able to transition their audience over, and creators just, like large creators not coming over. Essentially, they blamed the creators for not bringing in viewers, and for, people were unable to get an audience on there, and that's not their fault. That's the team's fault for not making it an enticing platform. That's one reason that's one thing that pissed me off. And, on top of that, you can't really do that when you've gone and unverified people like Rocky or Crazy Rocky. He was unverified by the team, and what's his name? Kentantino, I think. It's very outspoken and critical of the Vidme. You can't just blame other people and not accept the blame, especially when there's all this well-documented criticism. You just gotta take the fucking blame. And they didn't. They wanted to push blame on other people, which, whatever. But yeah. So, Vidme shut down, but the community has managed to stick together. Like, we all talk to each other, or the corner that I'm sort of a part of, we all talk to each other on Twitter still, and there is plans to keep those relationships and do collabs on YouTube or whatever platform we all end up uploading to. So that brings us to the current day, present time, and the future of Solid Stake. Obviously, I can't upload to video. Obviously, I can't upload to I can't say that right now. Vidme. I can't upload to Vidme anymore because they're dead. They're gone. And they ain't coming back. Not in their current form, at least. The statement says they're suspended, but they're done. Okay. So YouTube, for the time being, will be the only platform that I'll be uploading on. There's some other ones I'm looking into. PewTube is coming up. I don't know if I really want to upload there yet. I haven't really looked into it that much, but it's on my radar. Another one is BitChute, but I'm skeptical about that one because there was some rumors that they expose your IP address. Don't quote me on that. I just saw the article on Twitter. I didn't, read it or anything, but that concerns me. And then apparently Twitch does video hosting, but I haven't looked into that, and there's probably a reason why nobody really talks about it that much, but it's one to look into. But for now, and I'm gonna say for a good few months at least, Solid Stake will be exclusively on YouTube. Obviously, it'll get the previous uploads will get uploaded to a platform when I move over there. It's not like the episodes on YouTube are going to stay exclusive to YouTube. They will be available on whatever platform I do choose to upload to, but for now, I'm just going to focus on growing that audience and focusing on that platform, because it is easier just to do one platform. You don't have to be uploading to two platforms at once and copying all the metadata and tags and whatnot. It is kind of a pain in the ass, so it'll be nice just to do a video, put all the info in once, and just have it uploaded. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. There is a new actual review that'll be the season 2 premiere. I want to make this a clean break. Not that the format is really changing, but there are some stylistic differences that are going to be taking foot in. There are going to be some stylistic differences slightly in season 2, and I hope it's enjoyed. I'm planning for the next episode to be out on either Christmas or New Year's. Could be earlier, but I doubt it. I don't know how to end videos. I don't know. Go eat a burger or something.